There's something about the Upper Peninsula, the way the woods watch you, like they're waiting to see what you'll do. Dense forests, winding dirt roads, and lakes that stretch out like forgotten mirrors. It's easy to feel alone up there. Easier still to disappear. That's what drew us in. We got there late afternoon, just before the sun started to dip behind the trees. The trailhead was unmarked. One of those gravel spurs off a Forest Service road that barely looks like anything until you're halfway down it. A friend of mine had mentioned this spot once. Said it was quiet, overlooked, not on any of the official maps. That was exactly what we wanted. It was late September. The air was sharp, the bugs were mostly gone, and the lakeshore wasn't crawling with tourists anymore. Just us, the trees, and the sound of water beyond the ridge. We parked in a little clearing where the pines thinned out and set up camp just inside the tree line. Our tent, chairs, the small fire pit, nothing fancy. My girlfriend Liz kept joking that we'd finally escaped society. I laughed along with her, but every time the fire cracked, I looked toward the trees like I expected to see something there. As we ate dinner by the fire, I heard it. A chainsaw. Somewhere beyond the ridge, a chainsaw buzzed to life. Brief, uneven bursts, trailing off like an echo. I looked at Liz. "You hear that?" She nodded, chewing her sandwich. Probably someone clearing brush. But it felt out of place. Like noise for the sake of noise. It stopped as quickly as it started. We let it go, got back to dinner, and watched the fire crackle low. The sun disappeared, leaving that kind of blue-gray dim where the forest starts swallowing sound. The lake down the hill whispered against the shore, steady and slow. Then came the howls. Coyotes. Definitely coyotes, I told myself. But they were close. Closer than I liked. Sharp yips cutting through the air, followed by a longer, warbling call. One sounded off just behind our camp, somewhere on the ridge. Liz went quiet. "You good?" I asked. She nodded slowly, her eyes scanning the tree line. "Yeah, they sound weird, don't they?" I poked at the fire and threw on another log. "Just coyotes." Still, I checked the zipper on the tent one more time before we turned in for the night. The tent was zipped. The flames of the fire had shrunk to nothing, just a dim orange glow. Liz was already curled up in her sleeping bag, earbuds in. I lay there staring at the nylon ceiling, listening. The forest had gone still. No wind, no bugs, just the sound of the lake, and, for a moment, nothing else. Then it came again. The chainsaw's roar, sharp and out of place, ripping through the stillness. Not far this time. Short bursts, cutting in and out like someone was revving it in place. Maybe just over the ridge. Then it stopped, mid-rev, like someone let go of the throttle mid-squeeze. I sat up slowly, straining to hear. Then came the footsteps. Not ours, not animals. Something heavier, uneven. A boot dragging across dry pine needles. Liz stirred, pulled out an earbud. "What?" I held my finger to my lips. She heard it too now. A low murmur. Maybe a voice. Not yelling. Just a soft rhythm moving somewhere along the tree line. Now, silence. Then, crack. A stick snapped near the tent. I reached for the flashlight, flicked it on. Nothing. "Stay here," I whispered. I unzipped the tent just enough to peek out. The fire had all but gone out. The night air had teeth, dry, biting, and too still. Darkness clung to the trees like a second skin. And right there, maybe 20 feet from the tent, I saw it. A flashlight beam, swinging slowly through the trees. back and forth. No talking, no footsteps now, just that narrow cone of light searching the woods. Then another beam. 2 lights. No voices, no footsteps, just searching. Liz gripped my arm. Jake. I zipped the tent shut again. I know. We didn't sleep. We just lay there, stiff, silent, hearts pounding. Around 3 a.m., we finally worked up the nerve to leave the tent. That's when we saw it. Our tires, slashed, all of them. And near the driver's side door, a long drag mark in the dirt, leading toward the tree line. We didn't speak. We just stood there in the dark, staring at the shredded tires and that mark in the dirt like something had been pulled or had crawled toward the woods. I turned in a slow circle. The forest was still again. No chainsaw, no lights, no coyotes. Just the sound of our breathing and the crunch of cold earth beneath our boots. Liz's voice was barely a whisper. "We're not staying." I nodded. Grabbed the headlamps, water, we're walking. We packed only what mattered. Left the tent, the chairs, the cooler. Everything else. Our footsteps were loud on the trail as we backtracked toward the road, cutting through the trees in the dark. Every few steps, I'd flicker the flashlight behind us. Nothing. 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 Then we heard it again. A voice, low and close, not yelling, just speaking, like someone talking to themselves in the woods. We froze. The voice stopped. Then, 1 beam of light. Then 2. Behind us, moving slow, like they didn't need to rush. We didn't wait to see more. We ran. The trail twisted through the pines, shallow roots grabbing at our feet. We didn't talk, just pushed forward. I could hear Liz's breath hitching beside me. Mine felt like it was caught in my throat. We reached the Forest Service road, just as the first hint of daylight turned the sky bruised gray. The lights were gone. The voices silent. But we didn't stop. We followed the road for miles until we saw it. Headlights. A country truck. Just one guy heading in for early work. He looked confused when he saw us, wide-eyed and covered in dirt. We didn't explain, just asked for a ride. As we pulled away, I caught him glancing in the rearview mirror, like he could feel the fear still clinging to us, like whatever chased us wasn't done yet. We never went back for our stuff. The police found nothing. No tent, no gear, not even a footprint left behind. And the car? Gone. No tracks, no drag marks, no sign it had ever been there. It was like the whole campsite had been erased, swallowed up by the woods without a sound. Like we were never there at all. They called it a mistake in reporting, said maybe we got the location wrong, but we didn't. We know exactly where we were, and we know exactly what we heard out there. Whatever was in those woods, or whoever, it didn't want us there, and it sure as hell didn't want us coming back.